We love the kids. We want them to be working in a corporate environment. Someone big in the future, not possibly a CEO or for a company, but at least a brand manager. But unlike those days, right now you need to have a degree, you need to have a master's, you need to have an MBA. But how do you see this happening as well? Because when you really don't force a kid by being too pushy sometimes, the kid is not going to do anything after A-level, which could just, kind of go astray. So there is an argument line which the parents can push forward as well. What's your answer for this?
So this is what I said. Where is the balance? You need to put some pressure in your children, otherwise they are not going to do anything. So for example, if I want my child to have the best for his future, but if he is not capable of finishing a degree, what is the point in me pushing him? Maybe this is not what he is ready for. Maybe he will do something less. Maybe my sister's child might be a doctor, but my child might be just executive. So where is this line running? I want also a degree. I wanted so many things, but where is the fine line if you are not happy with what you are doing? You have to put pressure, but not so much of pressure where the children get stressed out. They are so anxious of always trying to make their parents proud, right? And ultimately, they said children youngsters young than 20-23 are committing suicide when they fail exam. Why is that? Because they can't come home and tell their parents they failed because they have been pushed so much. If you don't achieve it, you are a loser. I don't believe in that. There is a pressure point, but how much of pressure are you putting without cracking?
You couldn't have said any better than that, Arundhati. I think you just hit the nail on its head with that.
Thank you.
Very intellectual so far, but more to come after this break on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Good morning, welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. We've got Arundhati here on the show, on today's show, where we talk about pushy parents and how forceful and how, that's a word, how forceful a parent can be on the children. Well, we've got some new methods coming up in a video clip we are about to show you on the adaptations or else the newest ways how parents could actually use right now to discipline their children. And Arundhati has got a little bit of stories as well. So what are we about to see, Arundhati?
Well, these are these new methods which parents are adopting to get the best out of their children, right?
Okay.
So these methods go on to say tiger parenting, dolphin parenting, lion parenting.
Sounds like a zoo.
Yes, teddy bear parenting, yeah.
Okay.
So all these methods which the mothers pick up to get the best out of their kids. So, but
these are the current methods, is it?
These are methods which been used with kids at the moment, but I don't agree or disagree with any method, as I said, because each to his own.
But you have comments.
My comments is what happened to the good old human parent? Why are we just comparing our strengths to animals? So maybe there is a question mark of our expectations which is driven into the child.
Well, you decide, and then we will decide after watching this. Take a watch.
Parenting has become a competition of styles, and there's a menagerie of mothers writing about how they are raising the perfect cub. Meet Amy Chua, better known as the Tiger Mom.
My daughter, Lulu, came back with a bad math test when she was about 10, and she said, I hate math, I'm bad at math. I didn't accept that. I said, I am making these practice tests, and I hand wrote them, and I drilled them with her for a week, and the next test, she did really well, and guess what? She decided she didn't hate math. And then her friends started calling her a math whiz, and now math is one of her favorite subjects.
You know what's so fascinating about this is I don't know whether to be repulsed by that or completely jealous that you were able to
It could be both.
It could be both, and maybe it is both. Maybe that's why you're getting such a strong reaction.
When the Wall Street Journal showcased her book under the provocative headline, Chinese Mothers Are Superior, it sparked a ferocious national debate about permissiveness and parenting. The battle hymn of the Tiger Mom, she says, is about being strong, fierce, and uncompromising about high expectations. Here are some things my daughters Sophia and Louisa were never allowed to do, she wrote. Attend a sleepover, have a play date, watch TV or play computer games, get any grade less than an A, play any instrument other than the piano or violin. Why? Because on page 8, she writes, drums can lead to drug use. She denied bathroom breaks during piano practice and called her daughter garbage when she acted up at a dinner party.
One of the more controversial excerpts from the book was when you rejected your daughter's Mother's Day card. How cruel.
That story has gotten out of control.
I have the New York Post article here that your daughter wrote defending you. But let's face it, the card was feeble and I was busted. If I actually tried my best at something, you'd never throw it back in my face.
Never. Never.
The response has been fierce in news reports,
Amy Chua has set off a firestorm,
magazine covers, and especially mommy blogs.
There are all kinds of reasons why people are not succeeding, and I think to say that we're being too nice to children I think that's truly not the case.
Erica Christakis is a den mother at Harvard with a background in early education.
There's a bit of a misconception about play that, oh yes, it's really nice, and if you want your kids to be happy and well-adjusted, well, let them play. No, actually, it has real cognitive benefits, and those have been well established for decades.
She calls herself a dolphin mom because dolphins learn through play.
Actually, you can be a strong parent, just as a dolphin is actually a top predator and a carnivore and quite a tough animal. You can be a strong parent and not literally devour your children with your own rather narrowly defined expectations.
And then there's Lucy Danziger, editor-in-chief of Self magazine. She calls herself a lion mother.
A lion mom is often busy, right? Hunting or taking care of the whole pride, right? But the cub is in a very secure place, but free to find their own way.
That cub, Lucy's son Julian, a well-rounded musical scholar athlete at Andover, a prestigious prep school, who's now on his way to the Ivy Leagues.
They weren't strict, but by no means were they lenient. They knew that I had to do my work, and I knew that they wanted me to, and it wasn't really an option not to.
I gave total freedom, not freedom to misbehave, but freedom to find your own thing. So if he tried piano and didn't like it, we gave up piano and tried guitar. He didn't like guitar, we gave that up and he started singing. And, he found his own way. And I said, well, why didn't you like it when I made you do it? And he said, well, because you were making me do it.
Chua has also raised 2 daughters who are, by all accounts, well-adjusted and successful. The older one played Carnegie Hall at age 14. Both are straight-A students. And the book may be climbing the bestseller list because people want the recipe for her success.
Good.
Author Poe Bronson points to research that suggests Chua may be onto something.
85% of American parents think it's important to tell their kid they're smart, to praise them for their intelligence. Why? We want it to be an angel on their shoulder, riding along with them to give them confidence.
Researcher Flori Ng compared children in Illinois and Hong Kong. She gave them a test. The mothers were then given 5 minutes with their kids before the test was given again. Watch the American mothers' reactions.
She said you did really good on the test.
I only missed 2 on one of the first session.
She said some kids missed a lot more than that.
The mothers in Hong Kong, however, came in and started working with their children, going over their mistakes. When the tests were given again,
The American kids, because they had a little practice, did a little bit better. But the Chinese kids did 33% better, a whopping jump in their performance right after this little instruction period with their mothers.
I was raised as a tiger cub, driven to get good grades, excel in swimming. Losing was bad news, and I hated it. What's more, I swore I would never raise my kids that way. I am more of a teddy bear mom.
What are you going to do with this teddy? Oh, you have both of them? Are they so delicious?
Although I have my grizzly moments.
Right, so let me introduce you to the broom closet. Dun, 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 dun.
My own parents, I experienced them as extremely loving and supportive, even as they were very tough.
We do have that in common, because it's not that I don't love my parents. It's not that I even am mad at them. It's just that I responded to their pressure in a very negative way.
And so did many of my friends. So did many of my friends. You know, another side of this is it's when you talk about achievement and pressure. That's not what I am about myself. I don't know about other parents. My youngest sister has Down syndrome. This is like the best of, I think, West and East, using these terms broadly. When she was first born, we had some relatives that said, you know, we could just send her back to Asia. Nobody will have to know about it. Terrible. But what happened is I think my mother applied tiger mothering to my youngest sister. And nobody expected her to get A's or to go to college, but my mother taught her how to tie her own shoelaces when other people said she couldn't. She played piano with her. She drilled math with her. And now my sister works at Walmart. She has a boyfriend. She's independent. She loves playing the piano. And she has high self-esteem. She has a great relationship with my mom.
And so in the end, tiger parenting is about pushing your child to live up to their potential.
Yes, but always with love. I think that's the crucial thing. It's got to be high expectations coupled with love and listening.
A lesson she learned when her younger daughter hit adolescent angst and started to rebel.
At some point, I realized, oh my God, she hates me, and she hates the violin, and I'm going to lose my daughter if I don't pull back. The last third of the book, it's not a tiger, it's a crying little rabbit.
Chua eventually let her daughter quit orchestra, and even now allows an occasional sleepover. So to hold on to her daughter's love, the tiger mom in this fable turns into a rabbit. I'm Juju Chang for Nightline in New York.
Well, Arundhati, your opinion on it?
Well, as you see, there's so many parenting methods which we ran through, and so many individuals adapted this situation according to what they felt was the best for their child, right? So there were people who got the best out of their kids, and the kids became whatever they had this little idea in their mind to be the best or the biggest, right? And the same moms who say that though she used the tiger method, where she feels like a lost rabbit right now, because at one point the child refused to do what she wanted, right? And this is a concern where we are talking about right now, Banu. The concern is why are we putting our feelings ahead of somebody else's life? I think when parents were first put on earth, right, I think the only thing they thought was how to provide, protect, and be the best for your kids. But we are caught up in such a rat race of trying to make kids robots, that this robot, as you said, who needs to have degrees, who needs to have a doctorate to just survive in life, it is just so unfair of a mark to set for another human being.
Okay, Arundhati, I know there's a quality issue here. The level of quality, the level of empathy here is different. And I think in comparison with Sri Lanka, how do you see the other countries performing? Where is Sri Lanka right now in a global context?
In the sense in academics or
overall? As in when the parents are concerned, how strict they are, how pushy they are right now.
I could say they are very involved, and there is very high competition going on in parents when it comes to their children. I think we are quite there, because especially in the Colombo area, that it is always about making sure your child is the best at everything.
The best.
Yeah, and it is happening all around here, and I think it's parents just feel that they have to do it, because otherwise the child is going to be a failure.
And that's wrong advice to give to anyone, right? I mean, emotionally the child falls. And it leads on to a complete another theme, I guess.
I feel is that they lose focus on the coexistence of the whole academic and being the best part, to the fact that the child is a human, and the child also has their own needs and wants. So this is where we don't know how to strike the balance, because for example, I think you would have heard like about a few years back, or just about a year back, how this scholarship thing,
Yes.
It was really going overboard, and now they have decided to actually stop giving scholarships because the one thing, the parents were abusive to their children.